Howdy. So I'm going to show you some of the stretches that I've been doing to loosen up my legs because I'm incredibly inflexible. So the first thing I always start out doing is hip circles. So I put one knee up, one knee down. Let me adjust the camera on because it's a little weird if I'm talking and you can't see it. All right. So yeah, the first thing is hip circles. So I do like 10 going one way. I'm not going to do all 10, and then I'll do 10 going the other way. Just for the sake of brevity, I will not do the full reps. And then I'll switch to the other leg, hip circles, nice big ones. And then the first stretch that I do after doing the hip circles is I do the one that I showed you at the dojo, where I put one knee down, one knee up, and I go down onto my hands as far down as I feel like I'm able to go. And my hands don't have to be level with my feet, they could be out far. Then I lift up my heel, and then as I lower my heel, I let my whole body lower down. And I do it again, and again, 3 times. Maybe 4 if I'm feeling extra flexible or I didn't go down as far as I could have. And then I repeat on the other side. Up and down. I like to hold it for a moment. Up. And bring the body down with the heel. Bring the heel up. Try to keep my body down and then down a little further. And I feel that in my glute and right here. So there's that stretch. The next one that I do is this one's incredibly uncomfortable for me. So I do one knee up, one knee down. On the knee that's down, I lift up my back, my heel, and I'll turn around. I'm still sweaty from class, but so I lift up my heel and grab it with the opposite hand, if I can. Sometimes I have to, there we go. So here I lean forward, and let me turn. I lean forward, and I pull my heel in to my rear, and then I go down a little further. Heel in, and then lower my body a little more. Heel in, and lower the body. And then I do that on the other side as well. Left knee up, right knee down, grab my right ankle with my left hand. Okay, the next one I do, I'm gonna lower this even more. The next stretch I do, I go down on my back. So we'll take my left leg and I put it out to the side. I'll turn. I'll put my knee out to the side, my ankle out to the side, and this comes up here. Okay, so my ankle out to the side, this comes up here. I lean back, I pull my knee in, my ankle in, my knee in, my ankle in, and each time getting a little closer. My knee in, and then my ankle in, and I hold it. If I can go a 4th time, I will. Usually 3 is plenty for me. And breathe. You don't want to hold your breath through any of this. And then I switch. So my right ankle splays out and the knee comes in. And then I lift here, bring my knee, ankle, knee, ankle, getting a little closer each time, knee, ankle. And there's that one. This next one I am horrible at. This one is, I put one leg up and I grab behind my knee and I kick with my toe and then push up with my heel. Bring my leg in, kick with my toe, up with my heel. And I shake like crazy with this one. Kick with my toe, up with my heel. Oh, That one's tough. And I do the other one. Toe kick, heel. I can really feel the stretch right back here behind the knee. Toe kick, heel, toe, heel. So I'll do that a number of times on both sides. That one, since I'm really bad at it, I'll usually do one leg, do the other leg again, and do the other leg once more. Okay, the next one that I do is, let me adjust this again. All right, the next one is a little weird, so I'm going to stand sideways so you can see it. This helps strengthen your glutes, and this will help your kicks as well. But also it works as a little bit from what I was told. So stand with your back straight. I put my hands at my hips, like right where I hinge, and hinge forward, but scoot your butt back. And as you go, so the weight is not really on your toes, it's on your heels. And you go down, and your body should shake a little bit. And when your body shakes, you're in a good spot. And then here, you tighten your glutes and your thighs, and you exhale. And as you tighten back here, it'll force your body up, and then you repeat. And then tighten your glutes, and it forces your torso back up, and you want to keep straight. Back to where you're almost, it's like you want to do a squat. And tighten. And actually, that tightening motion, this exercise can transition into a kick exercise. So you go down, and you go down into a squat, and then you tighten, and as you stand up, you kick out. Down, squat, tighten, kick out. If you're tightening at the right moment, if you're tightening at the right moment, up here and kicking out, your kick will feel a lot stronger. So that's another stretch that I do. The last stretch that I do, and this is a really telling stretch for me, because these are for my daughter's birthday. We don't usually have them here. I'm not flexible, and I usually can't get my leg up very high. So I take the stairs. I take one foot and plant it on the ground, toes facing away from the staircase, so perpendicular to the stairs. And this other leg goes up on a stair height that I feel comfortable with. I started at the 3rd stair, now I go up to the 4th, and I can almost get up to the 5th stair. So your leg under you. If you want to hold on to a banister or your leg, what you do is you try to go up straight. You hold it, you can feel the stretch right here, and then you go down, touch the ground, and then come back up. And you do that 10 times per side. And then I'd switch. I'd go here. So foot perpendicular to the stairs, toes facing away. The other foot is flat on the stairs, so it looks like that, against the wall of the stair, the rise. So I do about 10 per side there. Let's see. There's another one that's super awkward, and I don't do this stretch very much. I do it every once in a while. This one I got from the Karate Nerd on YouTube. So I'm going to angle this down so you can see. This one's hard for me. So I will sit, I'll get down on my knee with my foot like that. And I can't go all the way down, but I try to go as vertical as I can, and I'm not very flexible, so I can't really. So my toes are facing up, and what I do is I rotate around, and then stretch that way. And then I come back up. And then I rotate around and come back up. Okay, there's that one, and I do both sides. And then those are the core bits that I do. I'm sure, oh, I'm missing another one. This one is pretty basic. Bring my knee up to my body, and you just pull there, and you hold it. And the other side. And you hold it for, I don't know, 10, 20 seconds, whatever. You can open it up here. I do this sometimes too. I try to keep my back as flat as possible and go to the side and then back up here to the side and back up. Oh, and I just thought of one last one that I do all the time at the dojo. I go as wide as I can, which is not very wide. And I hold it for a few moments until I feel a little less tight. And then I'll go down. I try to touch the ground as far as I can and walk my hands out. And then come down onto my knees. This is the frog sit. So I get my knees. I try to make a straight line from my knee to my heel, straight back. And then I'll go down on my elbows here, and I will push backward and down a little bit. And that really hurts. And I'll hold it for a little while, 10, 20 seconds or so. And this one, to get out of it, it's painful for me to get out of it. So what I do is I lift up a little bit, I move my feet in, and then I jump my knees in. So yeah, those are the stretches that I go through with my legs. There's a couple of other leg exercises that I do, but that's more for kicking strength than stretching. I mean, it all helps. So the other thing, I guess I'll go over some of that too. So you know that exercise where, or that stretch where we were going down here and we tightened our glutes there. Remembering to tighten your glutes on your kicks, even whenever we're doing our Hojo undo, glutes tighten. You'll get a much stronger kick, and that'll work the muscles that are all in this area here. So tightening the glutes on all of your kicks, whether it's off the back leg or the side thrusting side kick, or the side kick. While I have this video going, I'll do one more thing, and obviously you can stop and rewind over different pieces of it if you care to. But thrusting side kicks, you know, in Kumite number 4, were always incredibly painful for me. Or when we do the thrusting side kicks into the bag. One of the reasons it was painful was I was doing it wrong. So I'm able to get much higher now that I'm moving my body correctly. And I wasn't for like 5 years. I was doing those thrusting side kicks incorrectly. So what you do is you bring your knee up, and you actually turn your torso away, and you try to get your heel lined up with your shoulder, and you kick out. So instead of just going like that, you want to actually turn and turn your back toward your opponent, and you'll get a much higher kick. I used to only be able to kick about to here, and now I can go out at least to my hip height. I'm not as good as everybody else, and I can't go any higher than that. But here, you pivot your foot to where your butt is facing your opponent, and then a straight line with your heel to your shoulders. And that's the only tip I have there. Hopefully this is helpful. If you have any questions about any piece of it, send me a text or leave a comment on the YouTube video, and I will respond back. All right, later.